Hi, my name is Fern Smith, and my husband Guy Weigold and I own the Farm Cafe here in Portland. We opened in 2003, so we've been around for about 5 years now. And one of our most popular dishes is the herb crusted tofu with mushrooms marsala. And we're going to demonstrate that for you today. Actually, the recipe looks daunting, so it seems like there's a lot of ingredients, but it's actually a pretty simple procedure, and it's going to be fun to show you how to make it. So let's start with the tofu. I want to talk a little bit about this particular brand. It comes from Oda Tofu. They are a local Portland tofu factory that's been around since 1918, sorry. I tried to memorize the exact date. So they've been around Portland for over 100 years. They're established, let's say. They use non-GMO organic beans. And what we're going to do is start with a pound of tofu, and we need to press some of the water out of this, okay? So we're just going to use a couple of plates, balancing on top. And it doesn't take very long, maybe about 20 minutes. So you can see after about 20 minutes, a lot of water has come out from the tofu. And what we're going to do is we're just going to pour off the water. And now I'm going to show you the secret cutting method. So what we do is basically we want to do 4 slices. So and then we turn it up on its side and cut the triangles. Voila, tofu cutlet. Now what we're going to do is marinate. So we'll put these guys in here. And we're going to use 1 cup of marsala, which is a fortified cooking sherry. 1 cup water. And 1 cup soy sauce. And we like to mix it up a little bit, but it blends in really easily. All right, so we're going to put this in the fridge for about half an hour, but you could certainly leave it in there longer. The longer it marinates, the more flavor you're going to get into the tofu. And tofu can be kind of bland on its own, so let's get as much flavor in there as possible. Looks like it's been about an hour. Let's grab that tofu. Okay, next step, breading. We use breadcrumbs. We use a little bit of panko at the restaurant, but I think 100% breadcrumbs is great for anyone cooking at home because you're just going to dredge and fry, and it's going to stay nice and crispy. We do use a lot of fresh thyme in the breading, thus the herb-crusted tofu. Okay, so look at that. Beautiful brown color. Just put that right in here and just toss it around. It sticks really well. You don't need to do any kind of preparatory work for that. So, once you have it coated, we'll go over here to our frying pan. Use just a little bit of canola oil. Get our tofu cutlets frying. Now, we're going to let this fry until it gets nice and crispy golden brown. While this is frying, I'm going to have Russell, our sous chef, demonstrate the marsala saute. Okay guys, this is Russell Pierce. He is a sous chef at the Farm Cafe. He's a master at making this tofu dish. What he's doing now is heating up his pan with some canola oil. He's adding the sliced onions. He likes to have these onions sliced. He likes a big piece, but he likes them kind of thin. They cook down really well that way. He wants to get a nice caramel color on there. He likes to add just a little bit of salt with each addition of each ingredient. Also, I want to mention too, on the tofu, We do use an extra firm tofu. You can see that it needs to hold its shape, and we want it to have some texture. So it's good to use your extra firm tofu. Even though you're pressing it, you're actually getting more firmness after the water's extracted. Look at that beautiful golden color. And it's got a great crunchy texture to it. People love that. They love the contrast between the soft tofu and the crunchy crust on the top. So you can see now the onions are starting to brown, they start to get color. This is going to add a lot of flavor to the dish. Now he's adding, these are sliced cremini mushrooms. They're sometimes called brown mushrooms. We get our mushrooms from Hood River Organic Company, so they're all organic. Okay, now you can see that the mushrooms and the onions have a nice brown color on them. That's the color that you're looking for. And what he's adding now is herbes de Provence, which typically has a little lavender in it. And he's just leaving that on top and letting the onions continue to brown on the bottom, because we don't want the herbs to burn in the pan. And that's what happens when you get a lot of herbs, dried herbs on the actual pan itself. So he's going to let those basically reconstitute on top there. Look at that beautiful color. So now we're going to add some marsala, more marsala. Now he's going to let that cook down all the way till it's almost dry. And next what we're going to do is called deglazing, and that's where he's going to add a liquid to the sauté that's going to enable him to scrape up all those yummy bits. And what we use is this product called silk creamer, and it's different than soy milk. It actually has a higher fat content, which is important for emulsification. It gives you the right texture. Now this needs to cook down as well. This is the finished product. We've got that silk creamer cooked down and we're ready to plate. Okay? So we start with a mound of mashed potatoes. We use mashed potatoes that are seasoned with roasted garlic and rosemary. You're certainly welcome to use any mashed potato recipe that you know, but if you're interested in learning the recipe, there'll be a segment for the future. Look at that, beautiful. Voila! Herb crusted tofu with mushroomed marsala. Now, if you want to find out more about the Farm Cafe, we have a website, thefarmcafe.net. Or if you'd like more information on the recipes, go to everydaydish.tv. Thanks, bye.